Hello students, welcome to St. Michael's e-learning classes. I am your English teacher and today we are going to start a new chapter. The name of the chapter is Lost Spring, written by Alan Schiff. Students, before we start, we should know what is the spring and what is the spring in the life of which stage of human life is called spring. Actually, spring means to bloom. Spring means to be colorful, having imagination, beautiful, innocence is there. So, I think the childhood, that is stage of human life is called spring. And here the chapter's name is, the story's name is Lost Spring. It means it's about the childhood that is lost. The stage of innocence is lost completely. Lost for whom? It's lost for deprived children. It's lost for the children who are residing in slum areas. It's lost for the children who are rag pickers, who are just working at dhabas, who are working at the tender age in order to gain some money. So the chapter is about the small children who are engaged in work in child labor and they have nothing to enjoy their life and they don't have any facility or they are unable to fulfill, especially their parents are unable to fulfill their primary requirements like food, shelter and clothing, and that's why these children are loafing on the road in order to get something. Here we will find two main characters, Sahib-e-Alam and Mukesh. Sahib-e-Alam, a boy who is a rag picker. Rag picker means what, students? Who are picking rags, kachra chunne wale. So there you have seen the small children generally in the morning they are loafing in the different part of the town on the street. They are barefooted and they are having a sack on their back. They are having a sack on their back and they are collecting things, scrounging things from the garbage and they are just selling these things in the evening so that they will earn some money in order to support their family. In order to support their family, they have to do such works. And they don't go to school because they don't have money. If their parents have money, they have to feed them. And then after that again the next day, they have to run for the whole day so that they will earn something. The next boy, Mukesh is there. It's about a bangle factory. The whole slum area where he is residing, they are also engaged in bangle making profession. They are making bangles and at the tender age the small kids they start making bangles with their families and they used to lose their eyesight. That is very much harmful for their eyes and they have to take birth in that adverse situation and they have to die in darkness. This is the reality. They are deprived. Their situation is pathetic, miserable, you know, but they are ready to face the challenges. Here in this chapter, the writer is pointing at us. The writer is pointing at government. The writer is pointing as the bureaucrats. He is pointing at our ministers. He is pointing at our leaders who are not taking initiative in order to upgrade their standard of living. So the chapter is conveying a lot and really we find that today, in today's scenario, the rich people are becoming richer and the barriers that we have formed, we are one no doubt, God has made one, but the barrier that we have created, the limitations that we have created, the windows, the doors that we have shut for these small kids, that we have to open. We have to, this barrier should be broken. We have to break it so that there should not be any limitation, there should not be any barriers, and these kids will fly in the open sky like any other child of different part of the society, means rich people, like rich people's kids. So here the chapter starts, you see, what do you do? Why do you do this? I asked Sahib. So the writer asked to the boy, Sahib, why do you do this? Why? What was the child doing? Whom I encountered. Encountered here means whom I meet every day morning, scrounging for gold in the garbage dumps of my neighborhood. So every day the author used to meet a boy, Sahib his name was, and he used to scrounge. Here scrounging means searching for gold. Gold is there? Yes. For these kids who have nothing to eat, getting very little things that they have to, the things that are just vestige for us, that we are throwing out of our houses, these kids are selling. By selling them, they are gaining some money. So that's why just this garbage dump is becoming a source of gold for them, a source of earning for them. That's why the writer is using the word gold, that he is searching in the garbage dump every day. Sahib left his home long ago. Now it's talking about the boy. He has left his home long ago, set amidst the green field of Dhaka. Actually, Sahib was belonging from Dhaka, that was Bangladesh, but he left his home. The reason is here, his home is not even a distance memory. There were many storms that swept away their fields and homes. The reason was he left his own country, he left his own home because of this storm, because of the flood that came, and they had completely destroyed his field, his homes, and that's why his mother tells him. So his mother used to tell him the stories that his field, his home, that was completely destroyed, distracted by storm. Storm means that is tempest, तूफान आंधी के कारण, and finally they moved to India. They were belonging to Dhaka. That's why they left looking for gold in big city where he now lives, and now they are residing in big city. They came in big city in order to search some food. I have nothing else to do. He mutters. Mutters means what? It means the voice that is not audible, Budana, looking away. So the boy, when I arise question, why do you do this? The boy is telling that I have nothing to do anything. I don't go to school for studies. I don't have money to buy proper clothes for me. Even I can't wear the shoes that are bought by my parents. Even I don't have money to enjoy life or having food on time. So that's why he is telling I have nothing to do. That's why I am doing this thing. Searching gold from garbage. Searching something from garbage so that I will buy something after selling it. Go to school, I say glibly. Glibly, that is thoughtlessly. बिना सोचे हुए मैंने कहा, you go to school, realizing immediately how hollow the advice must sound. And suddenly I realized, although I have suggested the boy to go to school, why are you not going to school? But suddenly I found the thing that I am suggesting, it has nothing to do with the reality. They don't have anything, the primary requirements to fulfill, and that's why how can he go to school? So without thinking, he asked him, go to school. Now see what happened. There is no school in my neighborhood. When they build one, I will go. Now the child who is very witty, who is very talkative, he just replied. He told that there is no school in my neighborhood. The area in which I am residing, we don't have a school. That's why I am not going to school. If they built one, if the government builds one, I will certainly go. If I start a school, will you come? I asked, half joking. So the writer asked that if I start a school, will you come to join? Yes, he says, smiling broadly. So a smile came on his face and said, yes, of course, I will join your school. A few days later, I see him running up to me, is your school ready? See how much innocent the child was. The lady asked that, will you join my school if I build one? He says yes. And just after a few days he inquires that, is this school ready? I want to join. So they are innocent, but their innocence is completely distracted by the current situation of the society that we have created. It takes longer to build a school, I said. Embarrassed, it means feeling ashamed, शर्मिंदा महसूस होना at having made a promise that was not meant. And the lady was really feeling ashamed that she had made a promise to the child that I will build a school, but certainly she is not going to fulfill. That's why she is feeling ashamed. But promises like mine abound in every corner of this bleak world. Bleak means dark world, black world, abound means more in numbers. So it's telling the promises that are given to them, they are more in number and they are about to break only. Promises are not for kept, they are about to break. And that people are doing the same the writer had done, and other people who have promised a lot to them in order to fulfill their requirements, but they didn't do anything and they are still residing in a very chaotic condition. After months of knowing him, I asked him his name, and then he asked his name. Then she asked his name, the writer, Sahib-e-Alam, he announces. So the name that he has, it is Sahib-e-Alam. Sahib-e-Alam means what? Lord of the universe. The name, his name's meaning is Lord of universe. But the reality is, he is just like a beggar. He is not the Lord. So probably he was not knowing the meaning of his name. He does not know what it means. Probably he doesn't know the meaning of his name. If he knew its meaning, Lord of the universe, it would have a hard time believing it. It means probably somebody's name is king and he is begging like a beggar. So that's why the boy is facing the challenges of life, the hardship of life. So certainly it will be very, very hard for him to believe that his name is Sahib-e-Alam and its meaning is Lords of Universe, because he is guided by the situation. He is facing challenges. He is not at all the Lord of the universe and his name is Sahib-e-Alam. Unaware of what his name represents, he roams the streets with his friends, an army of barefoot boys. So he has his friends. They are also not from a good family. They are just like him and they are roaming, they are loafing on the street together without wearing slippers, without wearing shoes, who appear like the morning birds and disappear at noon. It happens in the morning, the birds come, start chirping, enjoying. Afternoon time, just after the evening, at night we don't find them. The same is happening in the morning with their rack, with their sack. They are just running on the road, they are on the street, searching for something that they have to sell. From the garbage they are searching, they have to sell and to gain some money. So these children are in gang and just loafing on the street in order to search something that they can sell and can earn money. Over the months, I have to come recognize each of them, and every day they had interaction with the writer, and that's why now she was able to recognize them. सबको पहचान लेगी. Why aren't you wearing chappals? I asked one. So एक से मैंने पूछा, why are you not wearing slippers? My mother didn't bring them down from the shelf, he answered simply. So chappals, slippers, they are very simple thing easily available for us. They don't have any importance, the money that we are spending in order to buy slippers or chappals or footwears that we are wearing. But for them, they are very costly. That's why probably the mother had kept the slippers on the shelf. Probably the child is wearing his slippers occasionally. So see the situation, see students, you can imagine their situations. So that's all for today, students. Tomorrow we will meet again and we will continue with the chapter. Thank you. Have a nice day.